Hey Valentina, Coach Ben here. It was great to work with you yesterday. I uploaded your before and after videos and also wanted to kind of show you the swing here. This is the one on the left is you, obviously. It's one that you hit 68 miles per hour exit. It was the best swing we had as far as exit velocity went. And on the right here is a pro player for the Akron Racers that I got a chance to film out when I was out at a ball game a few weeks ago out there in Akron. So just want to show you a couple things, a couple differences between the two y'all. And she's in a really good spot, kind of a great example of what we look for as far as when to teach the swing that we teach. So one thing just starting out that you can notice the hand level. So you see where her hands here are, her hands here are just below her armpit, where we've got you just above the armpit. And so I want to show you what happens as she goes. And we talked about that move where we're turning the knob to the catcher, the barrel to the pitcher as we initiate our step. And you can watch here, you can watch her go as she's stepping. There's that move. We've got get the elbow pointed up, and as we step, that puts us in a position where, as you can see, bat knob starts down, bat knob goes up towards the catcher, and that is going to initiate where we're at. And we see, based on where your hands are located here, we do the same thing. But the problem that we've got is we don't really have a place to go up. You can see the elbow still pointed down. Obviously, if you start that high and you point up there, it kind of be a little bit awkward as you go through with the swing. But we'll see what happens as we get to toe touch here for both of you guys. Again, there we are. You can watch how she's able to get that seesaw motion that we talked about. You can see how she's going to go from down to up with the shoulders. Right there, that move right there. And so what that allows her to do then is it really allows her to be leaned back. It allows the bat to come from behind her body in the swing. You can see her belt buckle starting to go right there, and you watch yourself as well. You're in a great spot here just as the heel goes down. Again, you can see your Nike swoosh start to disappear. The difference when we get to this point is the fact that, based on that seesaw movement that we showed a second ago, she is able to be totally leaned back, and we've got that backward seat starting to take effect. Whereas here, we're going to end up traveling a little bit forward with our body. As you can see, you kind of staying with your front shoulder, front hip, where she's going to back off her front shoulder. You can see the shoulder is going to rotate and turn. We're here because we are forward. It forces, as we turn, it forces our shoulders forward, forces the bat forward in front of our body, whereas she's going to be able to have the bat turn from behind the body. And you can see the lean back versus the lean forward. So, but again, both of you guys, you got the belt buckle pointed at the pitcher. She's got the belt buckle pointed at the pitcher. Again, it's just that lean aspect. She's able to be leaned back, and she's got that backward C, whereas you have the forward C. And so again, as you go to the swing, it all becomes the ability for her to get on her backside comes with this move here, where she's going to go step and toe touch, and then at the point of toe touch, you're going to see again front shoulder down to front shoulder up, right there. Head stays with the back hip. See here, back head, back hip, able to turn then around the body. Whereas we've got you here front hip forces hands forward. So again, that's the biggest difference between the two of y'all. Is just a matter of getting, if you can get that move right there, down to up, stay on the back hip, you're going to be able to do the exact same thing she's going to do, because again, you both have good turns. Her turn's taking place from behind, and we talked about where we want to elbow me in the head right there from chirping you. You can see right here, she comes up, boom, elbows me right in the head, finishes her turn, and continues to maintain that lean back. And you do the same thing. The only difference is you're doing it from a manner being forward, where she's doing it from a manner being backwards, being leaned back. So if you can get that lean back in with what you've got right here, again, this is 68 mile an hour exit speed. You'll really think that you can get into, definitely get into the 70s. And again, you see the trajectory of her ball, trajectory of her bat path. She's in the zone back here, and she's able to go maintain all the way through here on this bat path. Nice slightly upward plane through the ball. Ball exits right out. And here we get you in the a little bit narrower, because again you're lean forward as opposed to lean back. So you're here in the zone, out of the zone further in front of the plate, and you can see the path is a little bit, it's still upward, which is great, but again, and that's the result of your hips getting through. But you can see it's a much flatter path through the zone. And again, we want to have that slight upward Nike swoosh path coming from back here, right on through, just like the Nike swoosh. Boom. And again, you level, you kind of narrow out as a result of being on that front side. It wants to be the Nike swoosh, but it's a much flatter Nike swoosh. So again, you can see the difference coming flat from behind, whereas making that little shoulder move right there, it allows the bat head to come on that down to up path. So again, like I said, you're in a really good spot. Just that slight adjustment, being able to lean back as opposed to leaning forward, keeping that head on the back hip. And definitely wish you the best. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. And it was great to get a chance to meet you and your folks yesterday.